right, Jen. So we left off with our last video segment. Welcome back. Talking about the mission with the POCOT. So can you please dive deeper for us and tell us more about that?
Yeah. Well, first thing I just want to say is I forgot to in the last one. I have my POCOT ladies on the wall here just so they can be part of this conversation. But our vision for the women and girls of the POCOT is that they know they're valued, they're able to live out their purpose, they're able to economically sustain their families as main caregivers, and that over time we are really able to free the oppression that is against females there. So the mission that we started about 3 years ago, the mission has 3 key goals. Okay, so the first goal is really about helping these women see who they are, their value, their confidence, and this is, personal and spiritual growth for them. The second part is to educate and bring them tools for being able to have businesses. So we have 3 women's groups. 2 of them are trained and they have skills to make clothing. They have a sewing business. They also have a beadery business where they make beautiful, jewelry. And that's the second piece. The last piece, which I'm most excited about because it really is about the large scale change, is about shifting the norms that are in the culture. They're in the POCOT. By the way, these norms are, present in a lot of places around the globe, but shifting the norms that oppress females and some of the really brutal practices they do to them. So those are the 3 goals that we have.
All right. So, those are really important goals. So you've been there about, a couple years, it seems like. Mm-hmm. So tell us about some of the outcomes you're seeing as a result of the work you've been doing.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, coming back, year after year and seeing these women light up. The first thing that we're seeing is the women that are part of these groups feel totally empowered. They report feeling encouraged, knowing that they can make a difference. They have hope. And, there's nothing like hope in a place that is literally hopeless. I mean, if you were to visit this place, you would think there's no hope for any sort of change or development. So that's one of the things we're seeing. We're also seeing them actually make their goods and sell their goods. And we are now at the point where the government is ready to actually give them a loan. And it is always our goal to have it be a sustainable program where they are doing that. So that's the first results that we've seen. The second is really about the broad scale community training that we are doing around some of these practices that are really brutal and inhumane, 2 of which are female genital mutilation. The other, which is basically a rite of passage for the women that causes, it causes death, it causes major health problems and things of that nature, and child marriage. So we have trained over 4,000 people at this point, and we have done a survey that we do a pre and post survey that shows the knowledge, attitudes, and actions have changed, and people are really committing and declaring that they are going to stop this practice. The last piece is just we're putting in sustainable structures so that we can actually manage it and have accountability and project management, so that we can actually continue this work and have a way of it going into the future.
All right, so let's stop here, and in the next video segment, I'm sure you've run into a lot of challenges. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.